in a pamphlet
Right.
about Tupac, I'll get murdered. Like, you can't just put, this is not some random ass dude.
You would literally get murdered.
Literally,
Right.
This is Tupac. I will get killed by the masses.
You're out of here.
And I thought about it for a while, and it came and went and came and went, and I was like, well, I guess I could write how it happened.
How you get to write a book for Tupac? Give me that process.
It was a bet. The only bet I've ever won in my whole life. It was a bet. I was at Junior Achievement. We were doing board books at 10 o'clock at night. We had to put these board books together for the board meeting the next day. And we were listening to MC Light's Roughneck. And they were like, when the song went off, my boss at the time, she was like, if you could have any Roughneck, who would you want? I was like, Tupac. They were like, well, I bet you can't get in touch with Tupac. Well, he was in jail at that time. Like, but try. I bet you can. Okay, bet. I mean, the fuck? Bet. Fast forward, a couple of days go by, my roommate comes in, and she was like, so how are you going to get in touch with Tupac? I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just like, bet. You know, I always say bet, and nothing happens. I said, I don't know. So I thought about it, and I had an uncle in prison, or who had been in and out of prison, and I knew you needed a prisoner number. I knew he was in Rikers Island. I called Rikers Island. I say, I want to write Tupac a letter. How do I do that? Oh, baby. You just need his number.
So, get me to the book. How do you guys get to you writing the book?
So, I'm in LA. I'm sitting there with another friend, the friend who got me the job, the movie job. We were talking about poetry or something like that, because I write poetry a lot. And so, I was like, you want to read a poem for Tupac? He said, you have a poem from Tupac? I said, I have several. So, I went and got one. He was like, you should write a book. I was like, nah. He said, yeah, just put him in a book. Put him in a book how? Like, put him in a pamphlet book? Like, what am I going to say? I had never thought about that. I had those letters. That was 4 years out. Because I was in LA by myself. I moved out there in 1998. And he left in 99. Somewhere in there. So about 4 years after he died, 4 or 5 years after he died, wasn't thinking about a book. I just was keeping the letters because they were nostalgic. You know what I'm saying? And my mama said keep them. And so I was like, I can't just put letters out in a pamphlet.
Right.
About Tupac. I'll get murdered. Like, you can't just put, this is not some random ass dude.
You would literally get murdered.
Literally.
Right.
This is Tupac. I will get killed by the masses.
You're out of here.
And I thought about it for a while, and it came and went and came and went, and I was like, well, I guess I could write how it happened. This is my one story in my whole life, the one bet that I actually won. I still haven't won a bet since. And so I wrote how it happened. It took me 4 months to write the book. It took 4 years for it to come out.
Why?
Legal. Legal was amazing.
Who's coming after you? Who's saying?
It was nobody coming after me. So first of all, we could not use the letters in the book at all without permission from the estate. Anything that Tupac authored, which was his letters, the estate owned. So to use it commercially, you couldn't do that without their permission.
If you wanted to auction off those letters.
I can. I own them outright.
Okay, I was about to say, they can't have a claim against that, can they?
No, I can absolutely sell the letter. Those letters are priceless. It's going to have to be way higher. It'd have to change my life kind of money.
Right.
Not.
And more sacred than anything.
Yeah, they are. So that was the battle. So then it became a thing where they wanted to read the book. I'm not sending you my book. I don't know y'all like that. It's not.
Who? The family?
The estate.
Gotcha.
Okay. Their attorney person wanted to have somebody read the book. Well, I'm not sending you my book because then it could be out there. You just accidentally release the book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we were going back and forth with this contract, and there was one paragraph that was just sticking everybody, and just certain things inside of it that were just wrong. And I rewrote it several times. Rewrote the entire goddamn contract. It was about a 25-page contract. Rewrote it. Gave it back to my attorney. Told my attorney, give it to him. They sent it back with the same situation still in there. I said, you know what? I'm done. This book can never come out. I don't care. Let's have a meeting. Because he didn't believe what I was saying. I said, I don't know what they want to do. I can't release this book, and I can't agree to this shit right here. It's not going to be okay. He got me a meeting. We went in there. Carolyn Ali was there at the time, which was I think she was head of development or something like that. But we became really good friends. And she was going to be the person who read the book. And the attorney was like, well, how long will it take? I said, well, how fast does she read? I said, but I'm willing to come every day if it takes her every day. I will adjust my schedule for her reading. But I'll bring that book with me to her. She'll read, I'll sit there, and then I'll take the book back when I leave. And that's exactly what we did. So I would go to Interscope every day, and she would read the book, and me and her became close friends from that situation. And once she finished it, she loved it. She said Afeni, what she was relaying back and forth to Afeni loved it. She gave it the green light. I agreed to a percentage of the book.
Afeni Shakur is Tupac's mom.
Tupac's mom. A percentage of the book goes to the foundation and the estate. That book came out in 2004, I'm sorry.